I shouldn't even be admitting this out loud, but here I am, and it feels so damn good to confess it. The first time I let him touch me, it was like surrendering to a fire I didn't want to put out. I was lying there, sun still warm on my shoulders from earlier by the pool, and he was close, hands sliding over my body with an assurance that made my knees weak. I felt the lotion on my back, the soft warmth of his hands, but then it wasn't just lotion. His fingers traced every inch of me, teasing along my spine, exploring curves I didn't even know I wanted touched. I closed my eyes, tried to imagine myself elsewhere, but that only made the feeling worse. My pulse was pounding, every nerve alive. The thought that Manu and Jeremy were just floors below made it even more intoxicating. "Is there any other part that needs attention?" he whispered, voice low, accented, and dangerous. My breath caught in my throat. I felt my lips part, my voice trembling. "You tell me," I gasped. And just like that, we were tangled, limbs wrapped around each other, moans swallowed by pillows. Every thrust, every kiss, every slide of his hands was raw, animal, completely consuming me. I forgot my husband existed. I forgot my son existed. There was only him, and my body's desperate response to him. If you love immersive, confessional stories like this, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We had flown to New Ireland that Monday, excited for what I thought would be a normal family vacation. Manu had been less grouchy than usual, which in itself was a small miracle. Jeremy, my 9-year-old, had complained incessantly about the lack of activities, but he still managed to be bearable. Manu decided to take him out on a deep-sea fishing excursion, promising it would last most of the day. I smiled, relieved. Finally, I had hours to myself, time to lounge by the hotel pool, feel the sun, read, nap. Days like this didn't come often. Between full-time work, Manu, and Jeremy, there was never space to just breathe. I stretched out in the sun, letting the warmth seep into my skin, and I noticed him for the first time. Mr. Gagai. Tall, broad-shouldered, the sort of man who commands attention without trying. He smiled at me, not politely, not professionally, but with that knowing, dangerous smile that made me immediately aware of the effect he had on me. He handed Manu some papers about the hotel, spoke politely, but then, his eyes lingered on me. Just a fraction of a second longer than normal. A flash of dimples. And maybe, just maybe, a wink. That glance ignited something inside me that I didn't expect. Later that day, lying on my lounger, sunbaked and dozing, I realized Manu hadn't put lotion on my back. Typical. I tried to ignore it, until I saw him, Mr. Gagai, approaching. Tall, sleek, eyes dark and deep, muscles moving fluidly beneath wet skin. My heartbeat spiked, breath shallow. "Excuse me," I whispered, almost without thinking. I need some help." He bent over me with that same smile that had haunted me since breakfast. "What does a gorgeous woman like you need help with?" His voice carried just the right mix of teasing and heat, sending shivers straight down my spine. "I forgot to put lotion on my back," I said, voice soft, innocent. I handed him the bottle. He moved with care, rubbing the lotion in slowly, deliberately. My chest rose and fell, every nerve awake. I couldn't help it, I moaned softly, trying to contain it, but he knew. He always knew. "Maybe we should continue this somewhere more private," he whispered, glancing at the ring on my finger. My pulse surged. My mind raced. "My room is just up there," I said, voice barely audible. "Let's go." Inside my room, it was all heat and need. Hands everywhere, lips on skin, my body trembling in ways Manu never knew it could. I ran my hands through his hair, pressed myself against him. Desire consumed me, raw and urgent. His size was overwhelming, bigger than anything I had felt before. Every thrust, every slide, Every touch left me gasping, moaning, desperate. My mind was a blur, lost in the sensations, the taboo, the thrill. Manu and Jeremy, so close, were completely unaware. And the knowledge made it hotter, more intense. He took his time, learning every inch of me, teasing every nerve. I gave myself fully, moaning, arching, crying out. Every wave of pleasure brought guilt, lust, and exhilaration all at once. I felt alive in a way I hadn't in years. The days that followed were a dangerous dance. Every glance in the lobby, every accidental touch, every whisper in a hallway heightened the tension. My body craved him. My mind wrestled with guilt. I was a wife, a mother. And yet, I was fully, unabashedly Lisa, a woman who had discovered the addictive thrill of being wanted, truly desired. We met in the pool area, in empty hallways, sometimes in his office under the guise of checking arrangements. Every encounter left me trembling, dripping, moaning silently, desperate for more. The tension became unbearable, almost painful, but deliciously so. One evening, after Manu and Jeremy were asleep, he knocked lightly. I opened the door, and it was as if the world narrowed to just us. Clothes came off in a blur, skin pressed to skin, lips seeking, hands exploring. Every thrust, every whisper, every gasp was amplified by the secrecy, the danger. I screamed into pillows, moaned into his mouth, my body trembling with pleasure that was fierce, raw, consuming. I had never experienced anything so overwhelming. It wasn't just sex, it was possession, surrender, a fiery connection that made me forget everything else. I woke up sticky, exhausted, aching, but already craving him. The shower barely cleansed me. Manu and Jeremy returned shortly after. Breakfast by the beach, smiles, laughter, all while I carried the heat of the night in my body. Every glance at Mr. Gagai in the lobby made my pulse spike, a silent reminder of what I had surrendered to. As we checked out, Manu fussed with the room bill, Jeremy skipping ahead. I straightened his hair, back turned to the desk. Then I heard it, Mr. Carpes, congratulations. I froze. Slowly turned. Mr. Gagai, smiling, dimples deepening. You are our 1 millionth customer. Your family now has a lifetime 3-day pass at our hotel. Just call my office, and I will arrange everything for you. And then, a wink. Right at me. I smiled, heart pounding. Manu looked thrilled. Wow, Lisa, can you believe our luck? Yes, I thought. Yes, we will be back. And when we do, I'll be ready. And now you know my secret. My family, blissfully unaware. My body, my desires, completely claimed by him. If you enjoyed Lisa's confessional adventure, hit subscribe, leave a like, and don't miss the next chapter of her unforgettable journey.